Hi friends, it's Belinda here from BMakingJoy. Welcome to episode 43 of What Brings Me Joy, a mostly knitting podcast from my home here in Calgary, Alberta, Canada. This is where I share with you my knitting journey, and you can hold me accountable for the things that I cast on. And you can also get some sneak peeks at some of the things that I'm designing. As I said, this is episode 43. I'm recording it on Thursday, November 21st of 2024. And if you're new here, welcome. And if you're a returning viewer, I'm so glad to have you back. So in this episode, I have 2 finished objects, and I have made significant progress on 3 other WIPs that I'd like to show you today. In the 2 weeks since my last episode, there's not a whole lot of news to share. We spent 4 days in Canmore, and we're able to spend some time there with our oldest daughter between Canmore and Banff. We had a good 4 days. And in addition to that, I've worked on some pattern writing and editing the photos from our October travels. So all 3 parts of the October travels are now posted on this channel. Part 1, the Maritimes, Part 2, Scotland, and Part 3, Prague. So this is still a knitting channel, but doing slideshows of our travels is also fun, and this channel is a great place for me to share these photos with friends and family and anyone who's interested. The October trip was special because it was our 25th wedding anniversary at the end of September, so we spent the entire month of October away from home. As I said, the first week in the Maritimes, the second week in Scotland, and the 3rd week in Prague. So yeah, we were gone 3.5 weeks. We've been home for 3 weeks now, and I finally feel caught up. You might recall that the last episode I sorted through my unfinished projects. I frogged one of them. I made a timeline. I put a timeline on some of the others, and I made a just get it done pile. And 2 of those things from the Just Get It Done pile are now done. I feel pretty good about that. So let's jump into finished objects. First, I have the Herding Cats pattern by Charlotte Stone. I bought this kit from Ancient Arts Yarns in April of 2023. I had the first sock done by that summer. Started the second sock this summer and kept stalling. So after my WIP parade last episode, I made this my first priority, and it really only took me a dedicated afternoon to get it done. But they are too small for me and too small for my daughter. So obviously my sock blockers are too small. These are adult small, and my daughter's feet are size US 6 and mine are US 7. So I need to buy myself a bigger sock blockers. I mean, I don't know what's wrong here. These sock blockers are adult small sock blockers. But I'm going to buy the next size up mediums and see if I can give these socks a stretch so that at least one of us can wear them. I know I could always find someone in my congregation to give them to, but they were so much work that I'm really not ready to give them up. So, yeah. These yarns are Sock Natal by Ancient Arts Yarns. I bought the completed kit from them. The background color is called Dune Grass, and the cats are all specific cat colors. Yeah, finished object number 1. Yay! Now, this project I started in class at the PEI Fiber Festival. The pattern is actually called a short reprise by Tanis Gray, who taught the class. So it's Estonian inlay, Estonian braid, and Estonian inlay. My braid is not the best, but I'm very happy with the inlay. And it looks so pretty, and to my surprise, it fits. So I quite like it. And we've been hit with snow this week here in Calgary, so I shall give it a wear a couple of times. Yeah, so I managed to finish it in one evening while we were in Canmore. These yarns are acrylic, 100% acrylic. It's Peyton's Astra brand. And I don't know the specific colorway, but as you can see, shades of purple and yellow, my colors. Okay. Let's move on to WIPs. WIP number 1 is my Snowflake Throw. I've added the 12th color to it. Let's see if I can actually display it. I've added the 12th color. I'm now ready to start binding off. That last section was just stockinette after an increase. So it went quite quickly. There's great TV working. Yeah, I think I have just enough of my first color, that center color, to do the bind off in. And I'm going to do a 3-stitch I-cord bind off. I'm going to post a picture here of the best I can do of displaying it at the moment. Because as you can see, it's circular. I estimate it's going to be 5 feet in diameter. And I haven't quite come up with a name for it yet. The pattern's ready to go to the tech editor as soon as I finish binding off and get a good photo of it. The theme is like snow day. Can you see the snowflake in the center? And then the kids make snow angels and snowmen. And then as the sun starts to set, the snow starts falling again. These yarns are a 12-day set from Ginger Snap That here in Calgary. It was called Enchanted Winter Fade. It's from December of 2023, so it's not available anymore. But I think a beautiful fade from white to blues is just wonderful. And the little purple sunset thrown in. I'm quite pleased with this. So looking forward to starting the bind off. Looking forward to being able to spread it out and see it in its full glory. And yeah, as I said, I haven't quite come up with a name for it yet. So if you have any suggestions, feel free to pop them in the comments below. Thank you. Now let's look at my Milton Cardigan pattern by Joji Locatelli. Milton Cardigan pattern she released in January of 2024, I think. When I showed you my WIP parade last episode, one sleeve was down to like the forearm. So now I've got that sleeve finished and the sleeve cap done on the other sleeve. And I am really liking how this saddle, shoulder, and sleeve cap assembly is put together and how it fits. Anyway, quite liking it. This cardigan is done in a sport weight and a lace weight together, so it's making a nice texture. The yarns are, the gray is Fibra Natura Kingston Tweed in the color Marble, and the blue is Manos de Uruguay Marina in the color Atlantis. And as you can see, it's got a shawl collar and those special shoulders. It's going to be fairly long, and I am looking forward to being able to wear it with dresses. Yeah. I think that's all I have to say about it. Been working on this one since I think April. Loving it. Here's a peek at how the sweater is fitting. Quite liking it. Of course, it's still bunched up on the needles here. But I'm really liking the shoulder fit. Saddle shoulder and the set-in sleeve. and the shawl collar. It won't have any buttons. It's going to be just perfect for dressing up. And I modified slightly. I did an Italian sew and bind off for my cuff. So I must put that note. I think. Make sure I put the note in Ravelry so I remember to do the same to the other sleeve. Yeah, loving it. Okay. And last but not least, I cast on for my trainer cloak. The trainer cloak is this pattern on the mannequin, the cloak that is currently in the test knitting phase. And along with my test knitters, I'm making one for myself in a solid color with a different solid color trim with a solid color hood. So I've gotten this far on it so far. And yeah. So this colorway is Kismet. The yarns I'm using are from Ancient Arts Yarns. Let me actually go get the balls. The yarn I'm using is Lasco Fine from Ancient Arts. The body is in the colorway Kismet, and the trim will be in the colorway Baby Aubergine. So I'm quite liking that. Thank you to the ladies at Knit Group for helping me to choose my complementary color. I had no doubt I wanted this color. As any of you who know me knows, I love purple. So yeah, so the test knit's ongoing. The pattern's expected to be released in January, the later half of January. And I hope to keep up with my test knitters. Although I have other things on the go. I'm working on getting that snowflake pattern finished. As soon as it's bound off and I get good photographs taken, it's ready to go to the tech editor and ready to get a call out for test knitters. So follow me here or on Instagram if you want to know when that test knit call is ready. Let's do my WIP count update. Last episode I had 10 unfinished projects. I have since finished the 2, but I have cast on the cloak. So my WIP count is now 9. We're getting better, getting a little more under control. Plus my husband's t-shirt quilt in the sewing room downstairs. Well, it's not a sewing room, it's my pool table, ping pong table in the middle of the main room. But anyway, okay. Oh, I didn't talk about what I'm wearing. This is the, let me go find it. The Timeless Pullover, patterned by Emily Ringelman. And I modified it by doing it in 2 different colors rather than all one. The top down pullover, quite simple. And the yarn I used was Sock Needle from Ancient Arts Yarns. The special colorway was for Jasper. And the solid blue is Midnight Clear. Yeah, that's what we're wearing. Now, on to acquisitions, but first I have to go fetch it. I have Knit Group this afternoon. I will be picking up the November color of the month. So it's a little late in the month, but I shall have it to share with you here. Okay, I'm back with the October color of the month from Ancient Arts Yarns. No, November. It's November. On their Sock Needle base, which is an 80% superwash merino, 20% nylon, fingering weight. And for the color of the month for Ancient Arts, I know it's a little late in October now. November, they release their subscriptions on the 7th of each month. to the subscribers, and I guess this was the first time I've been in the store since the 7th. No, I was there on the 7th, but it must have come out right after I left the store knit group. Anyway, so Ancient Art Yarn's color of the month for 2024 have been inspired by paintings of flowers. And this month's color of the month is from Clee, and the painting is called Autumn Flowers, and it's from 1922. So I'll read from the newsletter article that goes along with the subscription. Swiss-born artist Paul Klee, 1879 to 1940, is known for his diverse and influential work. Sorry, my hearing aid battery died. I can't really hear myself properly. Let's fix that. Okay. Paul Klee, known for his diverse and influential work associated with Expressionism, Cubism, Surrealism, and more. His collaborations with contemporaries like Wassily Kandinsky and Franz Marc in the avant-garde Der Blaue Reiter group shaped his unique symbolic art style. And I'll post a picture here of the picture that we're inspiring, that Caroline drew her inspiration from. Paul Klee's legacy endures as one of the most inventive and influential artists of the 20th century. His distinctive blend of abstraction, humor, and symbolism continues to resonate with modern art audiences. Klee's art reminds us that creativity often stems from breaking down boundaries between reality and imagination, between different artistic mediums, and between conscious thought and the subconscious. His work invites viewers into a world where symbols and shapes come alive with meaning, offering new perspectives with each viewing. So Autumn Flowers was painted by Klee in 1922, is a wonderful example of Klee's mastery of color and tonality. Klee initially struggled with the concept of color and color theory. Many knitters can sympathize with this. Happily, his associations with other artists broadened his understanding of color. His artistic breakthrough came in 1914 during a visit to Tunisia, where the light deeply influenced him. He wrote, "Color has taken possession of me. Color and I are one." He began using colored rectangles as building blocks, creating color harmonies similar to musical compositions. His color choices reflected either complementary or dissonant tones, drawing on his connection to music. Over time, he mastered color and tonality, and often the color palette in works like Autumn Flowers exhibit a color harmony analogous to a musical composition. His selection of a particular color palette often emulates a musical key. This particular work is a wonderful example of the interplay of both analogous colors and primary colors that form a musical harmony for the eye to enjoy. Okay. So isn't that gorgeous? Well, as always, I end here at the end of my acquisitions sharing. I thank you for watching, and I wish you joy in the week ahead. So happy knitting, happy crocheting, happy jigsaw puzzling, beading, embroidery, baking. Whatever it is that you like to do, go make some joy.